Hello, people, and welcome to a new thing we're going to try to do for the Bolt Live VOD channel. We'll be doing a podcast not very often. We'll try to do it often, but no guarantees. We'll be calling this the Spot in Bolt podcast, SnB-Cast for short, and bringing to forth my co-star Spot in the corner, Nicarino.
Yo!
And today is just going to be a short episode because we're starting this off. We'll be doing a quick talk on, because we're doing a West Virginia trip this year, we were thinking about doing a thing about the myths of the US. And actually, we can just extend it to the worldwide. So, uh, Bigfoot, Mothman, technically Cthulhu, even though he's only like a bookwork. But oh, and Nessie, of course. Can't forget about Nessie. Big old Nessie. So you can go ahead and start if you would like, Mr. Nicarino.
One of my favorites, I think I'd have to say, is what do you call it again? The rake.
So we're going into some creepypasta territory.
Yeah, the rake has always kind of been my favorite, and I know it may not be a real cryptid, but the things that are recorded that look like it and kind of just you know what I'm trying to say here. They look off-putting. They don't look like ugh. And it's always kind of fascinated me, like how those kind of things just exist, or
Yeah.
how they were captured in the first place.
So what would like the closest thing in terms of an actual myth be like what the Flatwood alien, the monster I think is what it's called, the Flatwood monster. It's basically an alien that like approached
Yeah,
after some kids.
yeah,
Um,
no, what the flatwood monster? Isn't that like the hovering one?
what was that?
It's the hovering one, right?
I believe so. Yeah, like the green glowing, and it's like a weird, like I wouldn't call it. I don't know what to call it. It's kind of like an onion topped creature. Um,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
I'm just
Yeah,
thinking of like
I've seen that
a
one.
skinny, bony looking creature is kind of like what you're thinking of. Because really, the other cryptids are just like leviathans, big hairy beast, or like mutated giant, more giant versions of creatures and insects. I mean, technically, you could throw in the chupacabra as the closest thing to the rake, because that thing's kind of just like a skinny, very barely haired creature. It like rips things apart. I think mine.
I think
Oh,
the
I think it's
Wendigo would
is it.
actually be more rake territory,
Mm,
because the Wendigo, if you look at actual like my actual Native American mythology, it's not some dude wearing a skull cap or anything like that. It's a crazed individual who is capable of traveling at supernatural speeds, ripping you apart, mimicking people, and he's capable of transforming himself into something that looks like that, but he's also capable of transforming himself into a lot of other things that would terrify you. More than likely, something with elongated arms and legs, because Wendigos usually have trouble holding the shape of a loved one if you keep them there long enough. There's always something wrong with a Wendigo. Always, as it initially takes the form.
have
It
you
can't
ever
perfectly mimic it.
seen or played Until Dawn?
Yeah, that's what they kind of look like ish.
I
That's
really
what they're
like
trying to
the
do.
depiction they've been doing in more like the RPG Maker games, where it's kind of like
Mm.
a deer skull head that's
Yeah,
like a lumbering creature.
that's the bullshitty one that's not really real.
Well, I'm just like yes, in terms of just like it's a human that's went on to do cannibalism. Um, I think the Until Dawn one would be more as of biblically accurate of the myth typing. Um, but I really think the idea of like the shape shifting aspect is more of the deer skull head appearance. Because I think a deer is like one of the most common in terms of the stories for Wendigos.
Yeah, they are the most common. That alongside deers and dogs. They will mimic deers and dogs because deers are the most common in the wild. Dogs are man's best friend.
Um, in terms of the Wendigo, like yes, they're like technically the most terrifying because I think they're the most realistic that could be happening. Just because it's literally just like in what is it like Indian curse magic basically upon a cannibal is the whole aspect of that.
Well, not only that, but it also can be treated as a cryptid because if it does actually exist, then it would have a cryptid biologic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It would have its
Um,
own little field of study, and
but
that's the
just
field it would unfortunately fall into is cryptozoology.
the issue I have with a lot of things, like we'll probably have an episode on creepypastas and SCPs and stuff. It's just the idea of the myths, like aside from like the places they came from, it's not a big culture anymore. Is the issue that I'm a little sad about? Is like grazing upon the SC creepypastas. I really like Slenderman as a horror creature. It just ever since the issue with the two girls stabbing the other one, it's just that culture had to die down to avoid like outrage. So Slender the Arrival is the last thing, and while they did do that update recently with an extra level, and they promised a multiplayer, and me and you were supposed to play it, but I'm hoping that it comes soon.
I'm waiting for it. I'm wanting it.
I want it right now. Because it's just, I think that would probably be a better version of the Bigfoot. Because while I do
100%.
like hunting something, I really don't like the idea of having to kill the creature in my horror game. Um,
Yeah, and then with Slender Man, you got like Masky running around as well, and you got a couple of other.
yeah, yeah, the
What was the other one
proxies.
that was running around too?
Well, it was Hoodie, Masky, Tinky Toby. I think there was one other big one. He's got like hundreds, but the ones that were big, I think it's like Lucy, Eyeless Lucy, or something like that. Um, it's just like, but in terms of just like Bigfoot, aside from the game, there hasn't been much in terms of that. Just because it's like a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's a bear." You probably saw, and it's on its hind legs. Nessie, I think they've basically completely said they don't exist, and it was a whale peen, is what they're calling Nessie now. Um, it's just like they're giving proper reasonings for it, and it's like killing the vibe, man. I'm like, man, I want to have the ability to come across something mythical. Do I want to die and actually confront this thing? No, but like it'd be cool to see.
I'd rather fight it and mount its head on my wall.
It just like shows up to the
Call it the
woods and
Nordic
he's like,
Viking in me, but I need some blood.
just like, hey, Bigfoot, you're gonna get Sasquatched. Come here, boy.
Bigfoot, bend over.
Um,
I'm gonna show you why they call me Little Peen
oh
in
my.
the human world.
But in like realistic wise, it's just you show up to him and he's just like, Peen looks down at his, grabs you up. You very good toy and very good time. Come here.
Oh yes, Daddy, treat me like the dirty little. Oh God, no.
Just everyone's like, is that a Wendigo? And it's just you screaming from getting assaulted by Bigfoot.
He has like a 40-inch cock. Would that technically be bestiality?
I mean, they say that Bigfoot was supposed to be the missing link, so technically no, technically yes. It's a hybrid kind of sort of thing.
Oh great, so we get to recreate the Neanderthals.
Listen, son, Oonga Boonga.
They're just gonna look at, just gonna look into the corner and all they see is just tits.
But let's see. Flatwoods, Nessie, Bigfoot, Mothman has been probably my favorite in terms of just the myths. But that one is kind of like they had a very small window of that one happening where Bigfoot just pops up randomly. Leviathans like Nessie are all over the time. The Kraken, that one's a one that like that is if anything is real, the Kraken is probably the most definitely real because we have giant squids. It would not be out of the realm of possibility to come across an even like a gigantic squid.
Yeah. Isn't it like the colossal squid that they've already confirmed that, and it might actually have been like a I think it could have been like a surface colossal squid, but I don't know like why that squid would be that close to the surface though, because wouldn't it like collapse under its own weight or some shit?
Well, so squids are fine, but most of the
I don't
time
know about that.
they're
There's still like weight dynamics.
like it's like most of their hunting habits are more of like in the deeper parts of the ocean.
I know. Well, I watched a little thing on the colossal squid and what they were observing, and what they observed was that it needed to be near the bottom of the ocean because that's how it basically survived, was hunting the smaller things because it just didn't have like the energy or some shit like that. I don't. It was something like that.
Man, whomever made the names for things does not know how to name things because apparently the colossal squid is smaller than the giant squid.
I don't. I don't think that's right.
Well, that's what they're saying.
Lie. I
Apparently,
ain't gonna lie,
colossal.
because I think they're the exact same thing. They're supposed to be at least.
So What is this one?
I don't know, man. I just work here.
I just work here. So is this one correct? I'm trying to make sure. Because I think they found a giant squid that's 30 feet. So that's very similar to that of a blue whale.
Like 40 or it's even larger than that. It's like 40 or 50 feet, something like that.
So they found a colossal who's 23 feet in length, and that thing is 1,100 pounds.
That's a lot of Japanese food.
I need calamari rings. Please bring me yourself. Come here, boy. Oh, and then The largest giant squid is 43 feet long.
I think there's got to be even longer. There's got to be even bigger.
And
There's no way
apparently
that there's
that
just
one weighs
one.
at a ton. So, oof. Yeah, that'd be something. Um,
The Kraken weighs like 3 tons. Is the size of the USS Enterprise.
I mean, if like technically, if they're saying that a giant squid is the size of like 40 feet, I think that would be considered what a lot of people would think the Kraken would be, because versus like the old ships they used to have back then. Technically, I think he would be big enough to be considered the Kraken at that time.
The older ships back then weren't as big as the ones we have now.
Well, that's what
Like
I'm saying
aircraft
is like a
carriers
blue
are the size
whale.
of football fields.
Um, a blue whale is 52 feet, and that thing will gulp one of those old ships. And 40 feet is just underneath that, and that's almost the full length of that. And that's what the giant squid was recorded as. That would completely just be like just to see a giant tentacle rise above the surface. Indefinitely, you could say that they were like getting hunted by a blue whale or something, to make it go up to the surface like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely
The,
Kraken.
the squid must have mistaken them for like a whale or something. There's the only way.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, it's just like what other myths technically? Because it's just like megalodon that's technically scientifically proven. Kraken, while it is technically scientifically proven, I think the idea of something even larger is what the Kraken is supposed to be. Just like a behemoth
Have you ever heard of
squid.
the blackbird of Chernobyl?
The blackbird of Chernobyl.
So basically, imagine Mothman, but during the Chernobyl disaster. Because that is exactly what the Chernobyl workers were reporting up to that point before Chernobyl happened. Was a blackbird-shaped man who was at least 12 feet in size. His length was the exact size of Mothman, and he was warning the workers of Chernobyl, man.
That's like based on what I'm seeing. That's straight up Mothman.
Yeah.
Like everything that they're like identifying him as, that's basically what they saw in the mine shafts and all that.
Yep. And not only that, but they saw him in the Ukrainian mine shafts.
Man.
And he actually kind of, I ain't gonna lie, I think he attacked some of the workers. He wasn't too happy about that.
I mean, technically, if like this is a similar creature to Mothman, Mothman did apparently hunt down like go after a couple in a car. That's the only time that Mothman is technically like known to be aggressive. But everything else, he's mostly just kind of like a watcher of disaster. An omen, basically, is what he's considered. But yeah, that man, I did not know that they had one.
Yep.
Because like you see
There's a lot
Bigfoot,
of cryptids around.
Bigfoot is just like he's got like it's either different species of Bigfoot or just like straight up just Bigfoot travels a lot. So it's just like there's the Yeti, the Sasquatch, the swamp monster. I think they called it like they basically said he was like a bear, like the Blackford one. there's just so many of him, and then just like trying to think of the other one that's like well known for like other stuff, but it's just like it's ridiculous how so many other cultures have similar instances of creatures like that popping up. Um, we gotta finish up here. But definitely, I think we should kind of finish off this one with kind of like a top 5 or top 10 like myths. Definitely, I would do Mothman, Chupacabra, Bigfoot, Nessie, and then the Kraken would be my top 5. Because all the other ones are just like, unless you're searching for myths, you do not hear about them.
Yeah. You just don't hear about the myths anymore. Like, there's this one myth that that I was watching on Bedtime Stories. It's a channel that I watch, and it covers like the cryptids and stuff.
Yeah.
And apparently, it's like a three-legged thing that just appeared in Tennessee one day or Kentucky, and it just walked around for hours and wandered throughout people's yards in broad daylight. And there was a recording of this thing, but the men in black showed up to this guy's house and took the recording.
That's not no alien or cryptid. That's just Uncle Jim. He has dementia, so he forgets his pants sometimes.
Yeah.
But all right, do you have a top 5?
My top five is definitely gotta have to be Bigfoot, then Mothman. Oh, then the Reika, like I was saying. Um, fuck. Oh, there was the frog. I think the Frogman of what
Oh,
was it
yep.
called? Louisiana. The Frogman of Louisiana is one of my favorites. And then the Kentucky Goblins.
Kentucky Goblins. But all right, I think that should be enough for this episode. I think this was a good first episode just because the myths are technically kind of a short topic in the first place. Definitely, we need to enter into DC, Marvel, and it'd be nice to kind of extend this conversation into creepypasta and backrooms, SCPs. So we got quite a few topics to at least get through a few episodes with. But which one would you like to do, Mr. Nick, since it is your call this coming one?
I'd like to maybe check out the comic scene and hit up some Marvel and DC, see how they're doing.
So what, like a more DC would be next episode?
Yeah, DC, Marvel, that kind of thing.
So it's like just
Well,
superhero
I thought we'd,
comic book superheroes.
I thought we'd like bounce back and forth or something like that. We'd talk about them both because I like them both, honestly. I like them both a lot.
So we'll do an episode of comic book superheroes, I guess.
Yeah,
that
like
way we can
Invincible,
include even some
Omni-Man,
other
all of them.
titles like Invincible and The Boys in the conversation. But all right, people, I gotta go get other stuff done, and I also gotta get ready for work after that. So we'll see you guys in the next one and the next live. Make sure to be following Bolt Live over on Twitch. The link will be in the description below. We are trying to set up Mr. Nicarino here, spot in the corner, for his own content, if he's still wanting to, of course.
Yeah, be sparse.
but we need to get all that stuff set up. We definitely need to get him in here with a camera. That'll be our first business in terms of that stuff. But all right, bye bye.